Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third day of TTG Greece Fest. I am Maddie Barber, the Special Product Editor at TTG Media, and this is our second masterclass of the week that is focusing on city breaks. I have Tina and Maria with me today, so thank you so much for joining me.
Hello.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi. So Tina is founder at Alternative Athens, which is a tour operator specialising in off-the-beaten-track trips in and around the city. And Maria is head of the press office for the Greek Festival of Athens and Epidaurus. So during this masterclass, we're going to be first taking a look at Athens, at the different city tours offered by Alternative Athens, as well as the 2022 highlights of the Athens and Epidaurus Festival. We'll also cover what types of client these experiences will appeal to, so you can match them up best. Towards the end of the webinar, we will be welcoming a Thessaloniki representative to the screen to talk about the city highlights and why your clients will love exploring that destination as well as Athens. So that means between the sessions today, we'll be sharing plenty of tips for building your clients the best city breaks in Athens and Thessaloniki. We do also have some fun video footage that we're going to dot throughout to help bring the destination to life. And we're moving into a live Q&A in around 20 minutes or so, which is where you'll be able to put your own questions to today's panelists. But first, let's talk about Athens. Tina, I'm going to come to you first. Will you tell us a little bit about Alternative Athens? What types of tours are you offering and visitors, and what types of visitor are they best suited to?
Sure. So Alternative Athens is a company that designs and operates thematic tours and activities in Athens and around Athens, with the aim of showing travelers the true face of our city away from touristic stereotypes. And our aim is to create opportunities for travelers to get in touch with locals as much as possible and give them access to places they wouldn't be able to find on their own. So we do also highlight tours of Athens, but the way we look at them is always from a different perspective. So we always try to move around the thematic. So instead of doing a classical Acropolis tour, we try to do a mythology tour, etc. So always a fresh and original approach to Athens as a city destination. We have tours that are suitable for any kind of clientele. So both small group tours that are very affordable and private tours that are aimed at a higher end client. We have tours for families, we have tours for FITs. So I think that it depends really on what the client wants to select the suitable tour for them.
Okay, great. So you shared a video with us today that we could now show our viewers today. It's just going to give you a few shots that show insight into an Alternative Athens tour, showing the best of ancient and modern Athens. So let's have a look. Okay, fantastic. So Maria, tell us a little bit about the Festival of Athens and Epidaurus. What is it? When does it take place? And why is it going to appeal to visitors from the UK and Ireland?
Okay. We call it Athens and Epidaurus Festival, but it's an umbrella organization for 4 festivals, really. 2 of them, they take place in Athens in special venues, and the other 2 are taking place in Epidaurus, which is 2 hours driving from Athens, and it's again 2 venues. All venues are archaeological sites, so it's a very good opportunity for a visitor not to just go and walk through an archaeological site, but attend the performance at the same time of really important international artists. I'm starting with the main venue in Athens, which is Herodes Atticus Odeon. It's a Roman theater. It used to be an Odeon. It was built by Herodes Atticus in the memory of his wife, and it's at the foot of the Acropolis. So what is very special is that a visitor can go, get in the theater, attend music. We mostly have music in Herodes Atticus Odeon, and then you have on your back Acropolis with all the lights at night, and it's really very romantic, very special, even for us Athenians. You know, even for us, it's a must-do thing during the summer. So it started in 1954, this festival with Maria Callas, and I think it's one of the oldest festivals in Europe. So I think, you know, it's relatively important to have a look. If you go to our site, www.afestival, Athens Epidaurus Festival.gr, it's really good to go through the history and see the big, really big names that they had performances there. So that's for Athens. We have another venue in Athens, which is an old factory, and it's an industrial complex. And in this place, we usually host events that are more avant-garde, more alternative. It's dance, music, performances that they come from all over Europe, or even, you know, we have a performance from the States, from Australia, from Chile. It's a really unique place, in a hidden place in Athens. You have to try to find this one. Whereas the Herodes Atticus Odeon, it's something everybody knows. If we go away from Athens and we turn to Epidaurus, that's another special thing. It's again an old festival and started in 1955. Really big performances took place there. It's a theater of an ancient theater of the 5th century BC. It's unique. It's the best preserved theater in Greece, but I think everywhere, the best preserved theater. It has special acoustics. People go there because they throw a coin in the middle of the theater and you can hear it everywhere. Actors and actresses do not need amplification. So it's an experience to be there, attending a performance. It's a special festival because it's an ancient theater. We only have ancient Greek drama there. Greek artistic groups, foreign artistic groups, we have set titles for English people. They can understand what they're listening. For instance, this year we have 2 German groups that they're having performances, always Greek drama. So it's a unique experience to get there and have a feeling of how the theater was in really old times.
Okay, amazing. And what are some of this year's festival highlights that travel agents might like to build into a Greek itinerary that they're creating for their clients?
Okay, I think I cannot really separate anybody, but I'll just do some name dropping and you can, you know, see the program. We have in Herodes Atticus Odeon, it's only music, so it's unique. Okay, for, you know, it's a unique event for music. And we have from Patti Smith and Laurie Anderson, to Max Richter, we have Leonidas Kavakos, a very famous Greek artist. We have orchestras, we have lots of things that are all related with music. And I think we have Moderat, we have Jan Garbarek, we have so many names, really. You have to go through, I mean, really big names of the international scene for all tastes. In Epidaurus, we have, I have to explain that Epidaurus, the performances in Epidaurus, they took place every Friday and Saturday. So somebody goes there, she can do a tour in the archaeological site. This place was a healing place. So it's really nice to go through the archaeological site, have this tour, and then at 9 o'clock, attend the performance. And it would be any performance, really. I cannot really choose one, but you know, you can pick up the ancient tragedy you like, and you can pick up, you know, a group you like. Maybe a Greek artistic group would be really special for somebody. But again, an international production would be, again, really interesting, because you see, for instance, how Germans see the ancient Greek drama. Sometimes, you know, it could be a British theater. We had the National Theatre of Britain in the past. We had Ellen Mirren, Ethan Hawke playing there. I think it's an experience in itself. to start from Athens, take the 2 hours drive, go there, go through the archaeological sites, see how the healing process was, how the ancient Greeks would deal with all the diseases of the mind mostly, and then go to the theater, because the theater is related. It used to be related with the healing procedure. You go and attend theater because you heal your soul.
Oh, that's lovely. Great selling point. Okay. So Tina, coming back to you, if a visitor only has a long weekend in Athens, I mean, city breaks are quite often shortened to a long weekend, but they want to see as much of the city as possible during their stay, which alternative Athens tour would you recommend for them?
I would recommend the tour, which is called Best of Ancient and Modern Athens. And this is also related to the video you just watched, because I think it's really the most representative tour about Athens. So most people know Athens for its antiquities, and they usually come to visit the ancient city. But there is so much more to Athens than the ancient city. The modern city is very vibrant and very interesting. You just need to dig a little deeper to know it. So this tour, it's a full day tour that combines the highlights of the ancient world, so the Acropolis and the ancient Agora. So nobody can complain that they went to Athens and they didn't see the most important ancient highlights. And then we continue into the modern city with a combination of neighborhoods, food tastings, some street art, and also the ancient, the old Athens area, which is Plaka. So they will visit Plaka, they will visit the flea market, Monastiraki, they will visit Psiri, which is a very hip neighborhood with small bars, restaurants, and shops. And they will get a very good orientation in the city, so then they can also use that to move around on their own. I think this will give them a very nice overview of the city and the character of the city.
Absolutely. Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you have family-friendly tours available at Alternative Athens. Can you talk us through some of those and what agents, clients with children will have to choose from?
Yes. So Athens can seem intimidating for families with children. So yeah, I think families do need a bit of help to get around when they are in Athens. So we have created tours and activities for families, not children specifically, tours that the whole family can enjoy based on the areas that families can visit. So of course, you want to visit the Acropolis, but I think you need a special focus for children. So we have created a mythology tour specifically for families called Young Heroes, a family mythology tour, which takes people to the Acropolis and the ancient Agora. It's a tour which is 3 hours, so not too long in duration. This is important to have in mind. Antiquities can be really boring and hard to walk in during the summer months, especially for young kids. So let's try not to make it too long. So this is a tour that lasts 3 hours. Its focus is mythology, all the myths related to these two monuments, and also activities during the visits, and also a family activity they can do in the end. Then a very nice other spot they can visit is the Panathinaikos Stadium, which is the first stadium where the modern Olympic Games were held. It's very impressive. So what we have done there is to create a sports activity and an athletic activity, talking about the Olympic Games, what they stood for, and also simulation of Olympic sports that they can all try together, and they can race inside the Panathinaikos Stadium. It's a very interesting activity. And then I think something that families really enjoy doing together is to discover the local flavors of a city. So I would definitely recommend the food tour. You get the children occupied, you give parents the time to have some time for themselves as well while the children are occupied eating. It's a very colorful tour, so it's quite interactive, that keeps everybody busy and happy. These are the main tours I would recommend. And then if they want to do an activity, they could also do a cooking class for the whole family. And let's not forget something very important, which they can do on their own, the sea. Athens is located like 15-20 minutes away by car from the sea. We have wonderful beaches. The whole coastline is fantastic. They can take the children there and spend easily the whole day or an afternoon. They don't need to be on an island to take advantage of the sea and sun in Greece.
Okay, amazing. That sounds like lots of fun. Thank you. And Maria, coming back to you, I know that a lot of visitors visiting Greece come in a couple, they want a bit of romance. What events as part of the festival would you recommend for couples seeking a romantic break?
I would definitely recommend to attend a music performance in Herodes Atticus Odeon. I said it before, it's a very romantic atmosphere, even for us that we have done it many times, especially if you sit at the upper tier of the theater. It has 5,000 seats, right? If you sit at the upper tier and then you have Acropolis on your back and the lighting and everything, and it's music, because music, it's an international language. Okay, I think that's one of the best things to do. And after going out of the theater, you can do a lovely walking, you know. There's a big pedestrian street that starts from there and leads to the Monastiraki Plaka area. So it's a lovely combination. Outside of the theater, there are lots of street musicians as well. So it's like, you know, something, it's really nice for a couple to do so. And, you know, I think apart from that, I would recommend the hidden old factory. It's called Piraeus 260. It's really an area you have to try to find it, but it's like, it's an industrial complex. You get in, it's a very festival atmosphere. It has talking, jazz nights for free, dance performances. We have 3 scenes there. You get in, there are lots of young people, especially young people, they would love this place because you are in a hidden area of Athens and it's more alternative. You know, it's something that a tourist would not do. It would be discovered by somebody, but you will be amazed by the big, really big names we have there. We have a performance of Ivo van Hove, the Comédie Française, it goes there. I think it's really nice for somebody, especially the young people, they will enjoy it more.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. And just one final question for you both before we move on to Thessaloniki. Tina, what is the best way for travel agents in the UK and Ireland to book an alternative Athens for their tours? Do you offer agent rates? Do you book direct? Do you work with UK tour operators? How would they go about booking?
Yes, definitely. We work with a lot of agents, so we offer agent rates. We offer commissions between 15 and 20% on all our tours. And they can just send us an email at contact@alternativeathens.com, and we will get back to them within 24 to 48 hours in every kind of request they have. We can also send them our product catalog and rates. And they can also go into our website, alternativeathens.com, and they can find all tours or information and all gross rates for the tours.
Okay, great. And Maria, what about the festival? What's the best way to book all the different events?
I think to contact either the communication office or the box office. And let's say if you have a bunch of people, lots of people going there, we can have discounts, we can have special offers. You know, if we organize it in advance, we can give all sorts of facilities, you know, give phone numbers of buses that they will take you to Epidaurus, because that's the thing. You can be an Athens visitor, but go for a one-day tour to Epidaurus by bus and come back the same night. So we can provide contacts with certain companies that they do this kind of trip. It's a day trip. Mm-hmm. And also we can, organize certain things to do in Athens if you want to combine Herodes Atticus Odeon with Piraeus 260 and have a combination of events. We usually have buses taking you from the center of Athens and leads to Piraeus. We don't have buses for Herodes Atticus Odeon because Acropolis metro station is just outside the theater. So it's just 5 minutes walking from there.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much, Maria. And thank you, Tina, as well, for sharing your insight into Athens today. It's been great. We will see you shortly in the live Q&A, but we're just going to finish up now with a video that showcases the Athens and Epidaurus Festival. So we'll play that and then we'll move on to Thessaloniki, where we'll be meeting a representative to tell you all about city breaks in Thessaloniki. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at the video.
Thank you, Maddie.
Hello to everybody. I'm George Palisidis. I live in Thessaloniki. I was born here in Thessaloniki, and I love my town. That's why I'm here. I travel a lot in France and Italy. I was studying there, but finally I found my wife and my life here in Thessaloniki. I work as a professor in the university, and also I have my own restaurant and my own company as a consultant, and I create menus and tourist experience in gastronomy and ennotourism also. Welcome to Thessaloniki and enjoy your time here in our Zoom meeting.
Fantastic. So a big welcome to George Palisidis, who's just introduced himself. As he said, he's a chef based in the city of Thessaloniki. The reason we have him on today is because food is integral to any city break, but especially in Greece, which is a destination renowned for its sensational cuisine. So George, tell us a little bit more about the holiday destination of Thessaloniki. Why does it appeal to visitors with all different interests, as well as food, but other activities as well?
Thessaloniki is my town. Thessaloniki is a city with many aromas, colors, and flavors. The city is very friendly to tourists, and I think that city trips are based on authentic experiences. And one of these experiences is gastronomy. The main element that the area has the people. The people who live in Thessaloniki, and they love to welcome travelers. Young people can have fun until the morning. We have lots of cocktails bars with bartenders specialized on cocktails. And in local, we have also local clubs with live music, Greek live music, like Greek live music. 1 in 10 residents in Thessaloniki is a student. So you can imagine that a town with more than 100,000 students who study in Thessaloniki can have experiences to them and to the other tourists at the place. The couples who visit Thessaloniki can walk on the romantic promenade of the beach, in the castle of Thessaloniki, in the forest, because we combine this landscape. They will fall in love more and will have unique memories. And after, when will be silver's tourism after some years, we'll walk all over the city. Thessaloniki is friendly for walking, and the sea gives a beauty with the sun, with the trees, with the town, the coffee, the restaurants, all these elements that our city combine. The town squares are ideal for discussion with the locals. The locals will love to discuss with the tourists, to exchange experiences, and because we are open to the others. If you want to walk to our forest of the city, or in our coastline of Perea, it's an area next to the city, is ideal to see the natural and the local farms, as we have lots of tea farms, and we use it for the gastronomy and for drinking also. The boat travelers to Thermaikos Golf, because we have the golf, it's a unique, thrilling experience, because we combine this time with a unique coffee. I will show you in some minutes. And also we promote, we have our cocktails based on local spirits. I think that Thessaloniki is not a solution, but a dream for the travelers.
Fantastic. So tell us more about Thessaloniki's culinary scene. What does it have to offer visitors?
The day in Thessaloniki starts sweetly with the sweetest, most delicious, crunchy, juicy breakfast, bougatsa. I have bougatsa here in my head. Can you see it?
I can. That looks delicious.
It's a portion for a person, but it is a pie, okay, traditional pie with creamy filling inside, and the vanilla flavors with the local milk is something very special as a pie. After cooking, plenty of cinnamon and icing sugar fall and become more sweetly. The best combination with bougatsa is a bottle, it's a glass of chocolate milk, and or a coffee, because Thessaloniki is very famous for the coffee. Coffee in Thessaloniki must be cold. It's an innovation. We can explain it, that we have the atmosphere is very hot, so we want something fresh, something cold, and we created this cold coffee. Can you see it? Plenty of ice cubes. Plenty of ice cubes here. Long coffee, okay, with foam. And the why, the reason that it's a long is that the coffee for us is not only a drink, it's the time to have fun with your friends, with your family. So we spend lots of time in coffee shops to discuss about the society, about the economy, about the food, because we love it, and it gives more time to us. So when you visit Thessaloniki and Greece, of course, order a coffee like this one with ice cubes, frappe or espresso freddo.
Okay, fantastic.
Enjoy.
Good.
Other breakfast, we can say that we have something very special. I will call it the Greek panettone or the Greek brioche, and I have it with me. It's a tsoureki, a fantastic brioche, Greek brioche from Thessaloniki, very famous here. Everybody, when they go back to home, they buy one tsoureki to bring it to their friends. So we have a sweet bread with chocolate and sometimes stuffed with some almonds or walnuts cream. We cut it in slices and we spread some jams, apricots, peaches, cherries, berries, or healthy tahini. Because we like it, and nowadays we talk about healthy foods, about nutritional foods. So we combine all these local ingredients, goods, with our food, our dishes. About dishes now. As we know, Thessaloniki is a gulf, so we have the sea.
Mhm.
And we love the rice with mussels. So we get midopilafo, mussels rice, the best dish in Thessaloniki, rice from the area Halastra near to Thessaloniki, mussels grown in the Gulf of Thessaloniki, aromatic herbs from the mountains of Thessaloniki, extra virgin oil, high quality, so the taste is a dream. The best combination for this dish, for this midopilafo, mussels and rice, is the malagousia, a Greek variety, more than 2,000 years old. So we have this as PGI product at the area, and the combination with these mussels, this is perfect, believe me. Another dish that I would like to explain to you is the veal with eggplants. We are in the Mediterranean area, so we love the vegetables with olive oil and the meat cooked with tomato, as other Mediterranean area cooking. So this meal, this dish, it's a very good for to combine it with xenomavro, another Greek variety, local variety, with a strong taste, barrel and aged wine. So when you visit Thessaloniki, don't forget to have these 5 experiences.
Okay, fantastic. Plenty for visitors to get their teeth stuck into there. And will you tell us a little more about your recommendations for restaurants or foodie activities and experiences in Thessaloniki? I know you do some cooking with tourists, and so yeah, just tell us about the activities and experiences that visitors can have.
Accommodation in Thessaloniki is full of gastronomic experiences. In our town, there is a great gastronomy movement based on Greek hospitality. Our prefecture has 14, now 15 wineries, which are open to the public, so we can visit it. And there we have some programs, like we can taste 3 or 5 different glasses of wine. Sometimes we can combine it with cuts and local cheese, whatever you want. But the most important is that the wineries are open and certified by the Greek Ministry of Tourism. Also, we have a wine museum here in Thessaloniki, 15-20 minutes from the center of Thessaloniki, with a very special collection of 2,000 openers, very old and very special. Around the city, the main city, there are coffee and breakfast shops from women's cooperatives. Women's cooperatives, we love it because they get the traditional. Okay, it's something very special for us. Pies. In Thessaloniki, we have lots of pies because we have lots of herbs, and the tastes are different. We love the cheese. Go out and sip cheese. Inside the city now, we have shops specializing in honey, because we have the forest, we have flowers. So in these stores who sell honey, pollen, propolis, the tourists can go there and have tasting, okay, from more than 10 different honey from the area. The local honey and the bees are special because the floral are so different. So we like, as local citizens, we like the honey. We believe that it's aphrodisiac, natural products from our place. So we lot the honey. We put it in the milk, on spread, as a spread in our bread, in cocktails. I think every day we eat honey. The grocery stores also of the city are amazing. Why? Because we have, when you visit a grocery store, you have more than 50 different cheeses from Thessaloniki and from all Greece to taste. The grocer cuts piece of cheese and salami, and you try it, and however, to decide if you will buy it. PTO olives, high quality olives, local, olive oil, salted and smoked fishes, tarama, tzatziki, monastic eggplant salad, pickles, and other products are basic for a special food tour. And believe me, with a good combination with our drinks like Cipro from grapes, it comes from grapes. Ouzo, aged barrel Cipro, the feeling is like whiskey. Wine from local varieties and pomegranate liqueurs. You will taste it in all our grocery stores. The test is usually free, but some grocery stores are priced for complete tasting. Okay, whatever you want. But normally the stores want to give and taste.
Okay, amazing. Well, Thessaloniki is definitely a destination for agents, foodie customers, for sure, after hearing all about Thessaloniki and its culinary scene today. Thank you, George, for sharing your insight into the city.
Thank you, and I hope to visit soon our beautiful town.
Absolutely, thank you. Right, so it's now time to move on to the live Q&A with Tina, George, and Maria. So let's move over there now. Thank you again. Thank you for joining our live Q&A. I have Tina, Maria, and George with me here this morning on this very grey and windy morning in the UK, depending on where you are, I guess, but it definitely is in London. Thank you to the three of you for joining. I know we've had lots of questions come in already, so I won't waste any time and we'll just start from the beginning. So Greg was asking which destination management companies or attraction companies are the Alternative Athens tours available to book with? I know, Tina, you said that you're offering agent rates, which is great. But are there the other third parties that agents could book through as well?
They can. We work with a lot of DMCs in Greece. We work with online platforms as well. So it is possible, but obviously the commission they will get will be lower than if they contact us directly.
Okay, so definitely best to book direct then. Fantastic. What else do we have? So we've got a question from Alison. If you only have an afternoon in Athens, what would you recommend doing? So I guess that would be a half-day tour. Do you offer half-day tours? And which ones would you recommend?
Yes. If it is a half-day afternoon tour, it depends on the time of the year, because from mid-April to October, the monuments, the ancient monuments, are open till late, 8. But if you're doing it in the winter, they close early, so it's not possible to do the Acropolis, for example. But if we are in high season, I would say a very nice tour would be a combination of an Acropolis and food tour, which would be 4 to 5 hours, and you get both, the ancient highlight and also part of the modern city and food, which is very, very popular and very nice.
Okay, great. Thank you. Got lots of questions for you here, Tina. They're all coming through. So what have we got next? Philip is, oh no, sorry, I'm just skipping down there. Lydia is asking about the ancient and modern Athens tour in particular. Is it a walking tour, a bus tour, and how large are the groups? What will be maximum capacity on those?
It's a private tour only. We run it on a private basis. It's a walking tour. Athens is a city that it's best viewed on foot. We can add a minivan or a car if needed based on the client's request, but it won't serve much. It's just for, if you have senior citizens, if they feel that they may get tired, but everything is walkable distance. And a lot of the parts of ancient Athens are in pedestrian streets.
Okay, so would any of your tours be suitable for those with a disability? And maybe in a wheelchair, or might struggle to walk. Do you have any
Only
other?
on the private, only on the private basis. We have done tours with wheelchairs, but it's difficult. I'm not going to lie. Athens is a difficult city for people with moving disabilities. We are the first and only company that has created a tour for blind people on the Acropolis. So this is definitely possible. Wheelchairs is possible, but difficult.
And what about for visitors with autism or children with autism? Do you have any? Do you have tour guides that would be able to deal with that kind of client?
It would depend on the severity of autism, and we would need to know beforehand, and we would allocate a suitable guide. Best if you have such cases, it's best to book well in advance so that we do have availability with a guide that can handle this kind of disabilities.
Okay, great, thank you. And Maria, I know. Oh, she's just gone. Okay, then George, I'll come to you. Um, we've got a question here about ouzo from Lee. What is the best way to serve ouzo?
We have two spirits, Ouzo, which is a PDO product in European Union, and also Tsipuro. And the difference is that Ouzo comes from any vegetable, and Tsipuro only from grapes. The quality of alcohol of Tsipuro, of grapes, is much better than the usual vegetables as potatoes. So ouzo, we can say that we have a high quality ouzo from grapes, but also the Tsipuro is another spirit to combine our appetizers. The way to serve ouzo is in a glass like this one, long, with three ice cubes. We add one portion of ouzo, 40 ml, and we add some water, however, to be long, and it takes half an hour, the combination to drink and eat some appetizers, small bites of Greek dishes.
Okay, great. While we're kind of talking about tours as well, George, do you know of any food tours that are available in Thessaloniki? So visitors could walk around with a tour guide and experience kind of the local dishes that you've spoken about.
We are in UNESCO networking as a gastronomy city from this year, and this is very important for us because we create lots of dishes with a new way. We are based on local products, so it was very easy for us to create a new tendance, combine our fish goods and seafood with the mountains. So the food and wine pairing with local varieties of wine and Tsipuro became more interesting. And our products now are based on tourism. It means that we have lots of gastronomy combination. It means that if I visit a restaurant or a wine bar, I can order five glasses of different local wines and combine it with small dishes. Also, we have open farms, open wineries, and the cheesemakers invite people to join and discover the landscape and the taste of our land.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. I've had a great question from Kirsty here. She's going to ask both of you this. So, George, come back to you first. As the resident chef, would love that you would say is a must visit whilst in Thessaloniki.
Maddie,
Did you
can
hear
you
that?
repeat?
Okay. Yeah,
My
sure.
connection was bad. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Name a restaurant that you love in Thessaloniki that is a must visit for people from the UK.
We have more than 50 restaurants to visit, so you should come again and again in Thessaloniki. Visited 365 days per year. We have Sebriko, Murga, Greek names, Neon. We have seven thalasses, seven seas. We have Kritiko, Olympos, Nausa. All these characteristics give more identity to our restaurants. So when you come Thessaloniki, you will find, for example, a Greek local sushi. It means that we have rice local and we combine it with our seafood and our sauces. We used lots of olive oil and we love to add goat and sheep cheese inside. So it's
Okay.
a tendance, we can say. We create a
Yeah,
tendance.
lots to choose from. Thank you. And Maria, while we have you, we've had some questions about accessibility in terms of tours with Alternative Athens. I was wondering, seeing as the Athens and Epidaurus Festival events are in ancient theatres, are they suitable for people with accessibility needs, maybe wheelchairs, might have difficulty walking?
Yes, I think we have this possibility, but for certain, you have to contact the box office and find out how many tickets for people that have any kind of problems are available for this theater. There is accessibility to the theater, but the seats we give.
Oh no, we've lost her. We'll hopefully get her to finish the answer if she pops back. Tina, I can see you've popped a couple of, are they restaurant names there in the chat?
Yes,
Would you like to
yes,
talk about
there are restaurant names. If I had to name one, I would name two. So Ergun is a wonderful restaurant, delicious, very central, very nice atmosphere, Greek cuisine. I love it, but another personal favorite, if you want to get a bit off the beaten path, it's Therapeutirio, which is in a neighborhood called Petralona, and you will most probably find just Greek people there. Simple restaurant, like mom's cooking kind of uh, tavern, actually.
Okay, great. Thank you. I mean, I'm convinced. I want to go and visit myself now. never been to Athens or Thessaloniki, and they're top of my list now. Okay. So, other questions? We'll try and get Maria back to finish the question about accessibility at the Athens and Epidaurus festival venues. But while we are waiting, George, are you able to talk a little bit about? Maria, she's back.
Sorry about that, but there's a problem with the connection, so I have to get out and get in like, all the time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I
Please
said,
continue.
I don't know what was heard, but the thing is that we have a limited amount of seats that they can, be provided for people that they have any kind of accessibility problems. And so you have to go through the box office first. Because as I said, it's an ancient theater with an inclination, so we can provide, certain seats for this target.
Okay, great. And there was also an agent asking about visitors with autism. Do you have any, are the performances suitable for visitors with autism? Do you have any special performances that are geared up to that kind of visitor?
Well, we have done it before, but it would be one performance. So someone should go through our program and check, which performance is suitable for this kind of situation.
Okay, great. Thank you. Another question that came from an agent actually was, Are Athens and Epidaurus festival events available to book through Alternative Athens? So I don't know, Tina, would you like to answer that one?
We haven't done it before, but we can discuss it, and I'm sure Maria will be able to assist if we need anything.
What
I,
would
I just want to say it's an amazing festival. Don't be afraid to offer it to your customers. The experience is just, out of this world.
Anyway, I think what is good to do is that probably, through Alternative Athens, if they have, let's say, a bunch of people like 20, 12, 10, even 6, they can contact us and we can help the Alternative Athens to, do the booking and pre-arrange, all the things one group of people would like to do. And especially, I think Herodes Atticus Odeon, it's relatively easy because somebody can do it. It's easy to do it. You just take the metro, you get off to Acropolis, you book your seats through, let's say, I.
Oh. Oh dear, we're losing. I've only got a couple of minutes left. Hopefully she'll be back soon. Just get in there, get the rest of the answer before the end of the session. But just quickly, George, I just wanted to ask kind of a brief overview question about Thessaloniki. Can you just run us through what the must-visit attractions are for culture, history, nature, just generally? What would you recommend?
As you know, we have lots of churches, Byzantine churches, and UNESCO has adapted all these points. We are a Byzantine castle inside. You walk, and at the same time, you have at the right a town, and the left Byzantine town. The remix is very interesting, and the ambience that you feel it's something different from the other cities of the Europe. At the same time, don't forget that we are in the Mediterranean Sea, and you have this all fresh air who comes from the sea, and you feel nice when you combine this with our sunny weather. You need after this you need a frappe, an espresso, cold espresso, and time to discuss with the locals. I think that it's
Yeah,
a good choice to visit Thessaloniki and Athens during for to discover something
okay.
new in the culture and in the society.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Maria, I'm sorry we lost you there. We do have to move on to the next session now. So if you wouldn't mind just finishing your answer in the chat. And there's also an extra question from Kirsty there in the chat. So if you could just type your answers, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you also to George. And of course to Tina, who it looks like her connection has just been lost as well.